the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Emily, would you please call roll?
Appletoft,
Here.
Garrity,
Here.
Gibbs,
Here.
Inman,
Here.
Kring and Quinn are absent. Rothrock,
Here.
Schlossmacher is absent.
Okay, thank you. We do not have any public hearings tonight. However, we have two special presentations. First, we want to introduce Tari Ross, our new HR specialist. Brian, are you doing the honors?
Mayor and members of the City Council, I want to introduce to you Tari Ross. Tari, if you'd like to stand. Tari's been with us for about 3 weeks now as our new HR specialist. And she comes to us from Harvesters. She was the HR specialist there. And has had some payroll experience working for H&R Block. So she has a master's degree from Baker University, is that correct?
Yes.
And then a bachelor's from
Missouri Western.
Missouri Western. So,
Right.
yep.
Great,
So we're
great.
excited to have her, and we were kind of easy the first week. We sort of threw her in the fire after that. She's doing payroll now and taking on all kinds of HR work, so we're glad to have her.
And I noticed that you're enjoying the warm weather or the cool weather out of your window. It's nice to see the window.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And she has the lights turned down low in her office so she can see the computer. It seems to be a thing now in admin. Low lights.
Before the meeting, Christy and I were back there and we said, yeah, you know, you have to sing your first meeting here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you
It
about
didn't
that.
even bug her. We were pretty good and
I thought so.
it didn't even bother her, so.
That's an HR person for you.
I know.
Those are cucumbers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Brian. Thank you, Tara. Our second presentation is a proclamation honoring Doug Gregg and AnswerPro Limited. There's a long list of accomplishments, so I think, Doug, if you want to set out in the audience, and then afterwards we can meet at the podium with the plaque. Whereas Doug Gregg, President and General Manager of AnswerPro Limited, is an important and valued member of our community, whose business provides exceptional communication services to their clients. And whereas AnswerPro Limited was originally founded in 1956 as Lee's Secretarial Services by Lawrence and Carol Gregg, offering secretarial services to the tenants in Munsell Keach building. And whereas Lawrence and Carol Gregg recognized the importance businesses working together and supporting each other were early members of the Mission Chamber of Commerce. And whereas Lee's Secretarial Services flourished, becoming AnswerPro Limited as they began providing answering services for the growing medical community in this area. And whereas AnswerPro Limited chose to stay in mission as the company grew, moving from Munsell Keach building to their current location at 5815 Dearborn, and they moved there in 1976. And whereas Doug Gregg has grown AnswerPro's services and client base over the years, providing critical response for not only healthcare related businesses and providers, but also a wide variety of companies ranging from manufacturers to contractors to delivery services. And whereas Doug Gregg continues the tradition of supporting his employees and clients and community, sharing his ideas and resources as a member of Mission's Sustainability Commission, also sponsoring Coffee with a Cop, and actively participating in discussions which help shape our community. And where AnswerPro Limited, under Gregg's leadership, has received many industry awards for excellence in business and has been recognized on multiple occasions by the state of Kansas, receiving the Kansas Regional Business Excellence Award of Merit for its record of business growth and development, outstanding business practices, and dedication to community leadership. And whereas Doug is always willing to share his extensive knowledge and history of our community, helping to preserve Mission's story for the generations. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Steve Schoengert, Mayor of the City of Mission, Kansas, do hereby proclaim November 16, 2016 as Doug Gregg and AnswerPro Limited Day.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Doug, thank you very much. I can't believe it. Now we gotta get that. Thank you. Doug.
Thank you.
We do not have any notes or bonds on our agenda this evening. Our consent agenda has 7 items tonight. If a council member, staff, or member of the public would like an item removed from the consent agenda, they may request that at this time. Is there anyone who would like an item removed? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor, I move the City Council adopt the consent agenda as printed, item 3A through 3G. Second.
Please call roll.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Garrity, Gibbs,
Aye.
Appletoft.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. If you have any questions regarding our community committees, you may ask staff or bring this up under new business. Public comments. This is an opportunity for members of the public to comment on items that are not on the agenda. Under action items, we do not have any items from our planning commission. And next is our committee reports. Councilmember Appletoft, will you please provide a report from the Finance and Administration Committee?
Thank you, Mayor. This evening I have 2 items. The first item is item 6A. It deals with a recommendation for the 2017 Employee Benefit Program. Benefits are an important part of the employee overall compensation package that the city offers to its employees. The staff has been working with our benefits broker, Lockton Benefit Company, and also working with our plan providers. After a thorough evaluation, an employee benefits package is being recommended that is both supportive of employees as well as fiscally sound for the city. The benefits package is not materially changing from previous years except for the health insurance provider. It is being recommended that we change from Aetna to Cigna. Therefore, Mayor, I move that the City Council authorize the Mayor or his designee to execute any and all documents necessary to approve contracts for the City of Mission's 2017 Employee Health Welfare Benefits Program.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call roll.
Appletoft,
Aye.
Gibbs,
Aye.
Garrity, Inman,
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, my second item is 6B, but it is split into 3 separate motions, but it all deals with the same subject. It has to do with the Johnson Drive pedestrian and traffic safety considerations. Pedestrian and traffic safety has been an item in front of the council for the last 18 months. The mayor requested that Olson Associates provide options to be considered to improve safety along Johnson Drive while maintaining the intent of the original street design. After receiving Olson's proposal, the mayor convened a 9-person working group to review the recommendations. The working group forwarded 2 recommendations forward. The first was to reduce the speed limit on Johnson Drive from Roe to Lamar from 30 miles to 25 miles per hour. The second was to designate 9 parking stalls as compact car only to improve traffic sightlines. And then the third was an item that came forth out of the Finance and Administration Committee meeting, and it was recommended to upgrade the existing pedestrian beacon locations to include LED lighting. Therefore, Mayor, the first of my three motions is to move the City Council approve an ordinance amending Schedule 1 of Section 310.010 of the Code of the City of Mission, Kansas, adjusting speed limits on various streets throughout the city.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Does it have to be discussion just on this motion? I mean, can I bring out the Johnson Drive and Woodson Spotlight, or where do I bring that up?
That would be under new business maybe, or would that be?
Bring it up here. I mean, you can discuss it as part of this.
Bring it up. Sure. Well, I mean, if any of you read the information that we got, this was brought up a lot to put the stoplight back at Johnson Drive and Woodson, and I think that was something that we discussed when we first did this. We didn't like taking it out in the beginning, but we were told that it was the thing that they did to take it out. And I just have a real problem with that. I think we need to put it back in, and I think according to the survey that we need to put it back in. So I would like to add that to one of the motions tonight.
Well, you can, but you don't have, you're looking at budget of probably $165,000 to $170,000, which we haven't talked about where that would come from. As well as, I think we need to have a more comprehensive discussion about the traffic engineers and the traffic warrants for that signal and the potential liability that we're looking at. I mean, I understand the citizen feedback, but we really need to probably have a larger discussion about what liability, if we put a signal in at an intersection where the traffic counts don't warrant that, and an accident happens, what the city's liability could be.
We've discussed that with Olson, but I would love to get the stoplight back in there.
Well, it was discussed in the very beginning when we took it out, and we didn't want to take it out, and we did take it out. So, okay, so then...
What about taking it to committee?
Yeah, can we just put it on the council agenda for December, please? Or for the council committee meetings in December? And discuss this and have some information so that we can talk about it and know our ins and outs, what we should do and shouldn't do. I just think with all the information and all the comments on this, if any of you read this, there was a lot of people on here who would like that stoplight back, and I agree with it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
All right.
We got a motion and a second on the floor. Any more discussion on the motion? Please call roll.
Gibbs,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Appletoft,
Aye.
Garrity, Rothrock. Nay. Motion carries. Actually, it doesn't. You need 5
Oh,
votes
sorry, okay.
to pass an ordinance. So, the
Motion fails.
motion passed.
Okay.
Can we put it back on the committee to discuss in December again and bring it back to the December meeting, council meeting, please? Well, we
I
have a
think
full
it'd
council
have
here.
to be, I think it'd have to be brought up by,
I can bring it back up.
well, it'd have to be a no vote to bring it back up, doesn't it, Laura? Is that it'd have to be, but a no vote is
But we don't have a full council.
non-vote too, so Pat, I believe Pat or Debbie or Nick could bring it back up. We'll have to check.
Yes. So let us look at that.
Without the full council, I think it's difficult to make this decision. So, well, we put back on the committee agenda and we discuss it then.
We'll have to look at what process, how we can do that, if that's possible, and we'll let you know.
All right, the second item has to do with the compact car only parking stalls. So Mayor, I move the City Council approve the designation of 9 parking stalls as compact car only at the specific locations indicated in the recommendation from Olson Associates.
Any discussion?
Yes, can I ask a question? This does not include anything on Marway, correct?
Correct, just on Johnson Drive.
Can we discuss that at some future point? Because there's a really bad section there at Mission Mart when you go down onto Markway. You cannot see by fabulous signs there. That's
Well, we'll look at that. That's actually on private property, so we'll have to look and see what opportunities we have to probably working with the property owner to address that. I think if it's the issue that you raised at the committee meeting, that's actually on the private parking.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But it's really dangerous. So.
Any more discussion? Please call roll.
Garrity,
Aye.
Appletoft,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The third item is the addition of the LED lighting to the pedestrian beacons. Mayor, I move the City Council approve upgrading the signs at the existing pedestrian beacon locations to include LED lighting at a cost not to exceed $16,800 plus installation.
Second.
Any discussion? Sure. Please call roll.
Gibbs,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Rothrock,
Aye.
Appletoft,
Aye.
Garrity.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mayor, that concludes my report.
Councilmember Rothrock, will you please provide a report on the Community Development Committee?
Mayor, I have nothing to report tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Unfinished business, do we have any unfinished business tonight? Do we have any new business tonight?
Just a friendly reminder, we are gearing up for our Thanksgiving Day baskets. Right now, we have 72 families we are feeding for Thanksgiving. This is up from 55 last year, so you can tell the need that we have. We are sending baskets or providing baskets for all the students that go to the schools where our children attend, which would be Shawnee Mission North, Rushton, Santa Fe, Horizons, and Roseland, which is in Roland Park. But some cities don't think they have a lot of poverty, so they are coming to us to see if we will help them. So naturally, we're not going to turn somebody away. So right now we have 72 families, individual families. We will be starting to load baskets and have our assembly line at 8 o'clock on Monday morning after Thanksgiving. That will be the 21st. We will have turkeys and hams and potatoes and everything that you need for a Thanksgiving basket. Kim Donaway from Ward 3 will be there with fresh produce again, as she usually is. So we'll have pineapples, apples, oranges, kiwis, potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions. She provides a lot of fresh produce for us. So it's really going to be a fun morning. Joe Mitchell is providing homemade cinnamon rolls. Miss Twisted Sister is also going to be providing some homemade cinnamon rolls. We will have lots of coffee. You will have a good time. It's really fun. So I hope that all of you will plan to come down there. We are right now collecting canned goods, or if you don't want to give us canned goods, if you can't go to the grocery store, we're collecting money. I always have my hand out, so I will not take anything that you give me. Hy-Vee is working very well with us. They are giving us all the groceries at his cost, which is phenomenal. So usually we get a 10% discount, but this time this new manager went to AG and asked them if he could get some better pricing for us. So that's awesome. With 72 families, we really need that. The police will be there to help us deliver. Fire department will be there to help us deliver. We will have others there with their vans to help us deliver. We don't have a lot of families. A lot of them are going to come in and pick them up, so that's a good thing this year. But it's a great fun morning, and it's so worthwhile. I see these people come in and get a big, beautiful basket of food and then a box of canned goods besides. We just want them to have a very, very good Thanksgiving. And I think about, if you think how blessed you are, just think about how much you're blessing somebody else for that Thanksgiving. So I hope you will all help us, be there with us, come help us enjoy the day. It's wonderful. You'll enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Thanks for all you do. How many years have we been doing this?
Lord, I think it's 11. We started out with 8 families. In, 2006, Laura, I think?
At least. We have photographic evidence from 2006, but it may have been a year or
So
two
it's just
earlier.
grown steadily, and people just continue to call. And I even got a call today from Shawnee Mission South. But they wanted a bicycle. Oh, and I have to tell you this real quick. Emily, how many bikes do we have down at the maintenance facility?
About 50.
Guys, that's 5 that have been donated. And so Emily is working very hard, and we're going to get them all cleaned up, thanks to Emily and her group and John Belcher in Public Works. But we have the cutest bike. It's 3-wheel. 2 in the back, 1 in the front, old bike. And it had the little basket on the back, but it's all a mess. But we're going to keep that. We're going to get it all cleaned up, and we're going to fix that all up, and we're going to auction it off. We're going to put it down at the community center in the middle of the hall, and we're going to auction it off, and the money will go to our family. Because it's a darling bike. It is so cute. You guys ought to, it's not a kid's bike, it's an adult bike. 3-seater. It's really cute.
I wonder if we could put an electric,
Huh?
maybe we could put an electric motor on it.
I don't know. But it's amazing. We asked for bicycles, and you got these from your,
The handlebar happy hour we had last Thursday down at the bar.
which was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Bike KC brought us, like, what, John, 15?
19.
Was that 15?
19.
19. Well, then we collected a few more on the side. We've had some calls from people who sent the magazine. So we have 50 plus bikes down at the maintenance facility. And we
I had
have,
to move some of my stuff outside.
The snowplows are all outside, but the bikes are well taken care of.
but we have a lady who loves to fix bikes, and so she's working on it, and then Emily's going to try to get us a couple of other volunteers. So if anybody likes to repair bikes, we have some bikes that may be repairing. So Emily, tell them what you're thinking of doing.
So this year, when the Christmas families receive their gifts and food, they'll have a little flyer in there that will invite them down to the Public Works facility the next day so that we can help them size to an appropriate bike and help them adjust the seat and learn little basic safety features. And so we hope to get that interaction and get them all set up to really have the bike that they need and that they can use. And so
Is that
we'll just try that
not
out.
cool?
It is.
And by the way, Madden,
You're going to get put on
There
the
you
spot,
go.
right?
Just
we
say
need
yes.
we need bike helmets. And I know you guys have a in. Would you please assign somebody to look into that for me? Self, I think.
I don't really know.
Anyway, someday Robert Myers got them for us last year. Got a bunch of them for free. And we may have to pay for some, which we will probably have to do. But I don't want to give any child a bike without a helmet. And we need them to be new. So would you take that on as your project?
Sure. I think somebody's already looked into it, so I'll just follow up with them.
That would be great. If you just let me know, that would be wonderful.
Sure.
We've had a lot of things donated. It's just been absolutely phenomenal already. And we will have, if you can imagine, 72 families for dinner for Christmas. You can subtract about 20 people because we don't give all of them gifts because some of the schools take their own. So we will probably have around 50 for gifts. We will have the tags hanging up at the community center on the wall. Brian does a great job, and you just go down, and I hope you all take a dozen tags because it's fun to shop. Look at Bob. Okay. It's great, and then you can come help us wrap. And I forgot, tomorrow is Uplift. If any of you have clothes you want to get rid of, 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll be down at the community center with the Uplift band. Uplift clothes for the homeless.
Is that 7 to 12?
It is. And then we also are collecting white socks for the homeless. So we have those at Boxman there also. So.
Talk to us about books.
Books, they would love books. They would love books. Candles, books, matches, things they like to read. So anything like that would be great. We have a lot going on. So just ask me if you want to get involved. I'll be happy to put you forward.
Well, Susie, we all thank you very much.
Well,
And
it's
you know
fun.
what? And you do need help. So if anybody needs a little volunteering, it always does you good. So Susie does need some help, and she will put you to work. So, but it is always fun.
It is.
It is always fun. Well, thanks, Susie.
Thank you.
Any other new business? Next is the mayor's report. Tonight, just 2 items. Thanks to seniors is tomorrow, I think 11:40. We're supposed to be there. It's always a nice event at the community center. So if you can make it, that'd be great. And one more thing is, and the council was all in agreement with this. We were all one, and Debbie, Pat, and Nick are upset that they weren't here to do this, but Debbie was going to present it. But this is for someone that worked so hard, and for the city, for us, and it's her birthday Friday, and I know she loves this.
I'm trying to forget I'm having this one.
Well, we're not going to let you.
Okay.
So the council member with the most seniority and the most energy has the card. Do you want me to take that down to her? So you don't have to get up?
I would just like to say a very, very, very happy birthday to a very, very special lady.
Thank you.
But we also want to say thank you for your dedication to the city of Mission and all the help you give us. So we feel very fortunate to have you.
I feel very fortunate
Thank
to
you.
be
And
here.
happy birthday.
Debbie wanted to live.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And if you'll
very much.
stand up, we'll sing to you.
No.
Terry.
Very light.
Okay, Terry. Okay.
Hey, girl.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Everybody's gonna join in, right?
Oh, no.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks for this live stream.
Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And one more thing on Mayor's report is we have 3 girls from China Mission North government class. Would you stand and introduce yourselves? And who's the teacher?
Hi, I'm the matron. We actually attend Northwest.
Northwest, excuse me.
Or American.
Well, thank you for being here.
We're happy. I'm Ann. Same class. Same class.
Thank you all for being here. Next is the city administrator's report.
Mayor had just a few things. Before we are all together again, we will also have our Holiday Lights and Festive Sights event, which is Friday, December 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Community Center. Santa, tree lighting, carriage rides, s'mores, swimming if you choose, a movie, all kinds of music. We've got choirs from Shawnee Mission North, Bishop Miege, Hawker Grove, and Rushton who will be performing along with some students from Ovation Dance Academy. So it promises to be a very fun-filled evening at the Community Center. And I haven't even looked at the weather forecast, so we don't have to worry about it this year. I also did want to say we've just completed the annual performance evaluation process for all of the employees with the exception of the department heads who theirs are coming next month. But those have been completed, and we're pleased to be able to, slightly increase the merit pool that was available. So our average merit increase this year for employees was right about 3%. Those were processed, and so the employees will receive those on this Friday's payroll in advance of the holidays. And I know I had several who reached out and thanked the council and the city for working so hard for that. So just want you to know that those were certainly appreciated. I also wanted to just say thank you, and I won't be able to get through this, but to Dan Madden, Kirk Lane, and David Malloy, and all the rest of the department for stepping up over the last couple of weeks and what I know you're going to do in the coming weeks. We're in good hands, but as we all head into this week of Thanksgiving and we think about gratitude, we all have a lot to be thankful for as we really give thanks for our police chief and all the things he does for our community, and we keep he and his family in our prayers. He was in City Hall today. We got to see his smiling face. He thinks he's going to be back working a few hours a day after Thanksgiving, and I said, let's wait and see about that. But I know he's anxious to get back, and I know he appreciates all the support of his mission family. So happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hadley called me about 5 o'clock, and he said, I would just like for you to tell the council them all, and I love them all. So I'm reporting it.
Thank you. We love him too. He is missed, so. Good to get him back, but not too soon. Where he doesn't overdo, Dan, I guess you won't let him do that.
I'll keep him in. I'll keep him in.
I'll sit down there with him.
Yeah. If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.